This is the second part in the topic of tour of duty. In the previous part, we have discussed already the arguments being given in the favor of the concept of tour of duty, and these were the arguments that we discussed in detail. Let us now look at the arguments which are being put forward against the idea of tour of duty. The first argument is that it will lead to an incomplete utilization of cost incurred on training of these officers. It is a well known fact that the Government of India spends a good amount of money on the pre-commission training of the officers. Now, in case an officer serves the army for a period of 5, 10, or let us say in case of permanent commission, longer number of years, then that expenditure is completely utilized. But in case of tour of duty officers, in just a span of 3 years, it may not be possible or it may not be efficient to completely utilize the cost incurred by the Government of India on the training of the officers. The second argument is that the concept of tour of duty will lead to creation of or production of semi-skilled soldiers. The logic is very simple. The logic is that in case of tour of duty officers, the government may not provide them training courses other than the pre-commission training. It is to be mentioned that for the short service commission officers and for the permanent commission officers, apart from the pre-commission training, they are given many other training modules. For example, the young officer training course, the young officers training course. However, in case of tour of duty officers, to keep the cost of training low, the government may not offer them all these additional courses. That means the tour of duty officers will only be given the basic pre-commission training. That leads to creation of semi-skilled or you can say semi-competent or semi-trained officers. Now this can lead to many other related problems. For example, will these semi-trained officers be able to command respect and obedience from their subordinates, from their jawans, especially in times of war? It is a well-known fact कि जंग के मैदान में एक सोल्जर अपनी जान की बाजी सिर्फ इसलिए लगाता है और अपने ऑफिसर्स के ऑर्डर्स को सिर्फ इसलिए मानता है क्योंकि उसे पता है कि उसके ऑफिसर्स आर ट्रेन्ड एनफ एंड दे आर कॉम्पिटेंट टू पास सच ऑर्डर्स. लेकिन अगर सबॉर्डिनेट्स को ये लगता है कि उनके टूर ऑफ ड्यूटी के जो ऑफिसर्स हैं वो कॉम्पिटेंट नहीं है, कंप्लीटली ट्रेन नहीं है, तो क्या वो उनके ऑर्डर्स को जंग के मैदान में, फॉरवर्ड लोकेशंस में, एंटी मिलिटेंसी ऑपरेशंस में, काउंटर इंसर्जेंसी ऑपरेशंस में, क्या वो उसको आंख बंद करके विश्वास करेगा? दैट इज टू बी क्वेश्चन. Plus, the second problem, which is similar to this problem, is that these officers of tour of duty may even have doubt on their own capabilities or they may not have self confidence. Let us understand this by an example. Imagine there are two officers, one enters the army as tour of duty entry and the other enters as a permanent commission officer. The tour of duty officer will only be given the pre-commission training, whereas the permanent commission officer will be given the pre-commission training, all the training courses like young officers course and all other courses which are given to officers in the army. Now when both of these officers are asked to lead an operation from the front in forward locations, now will this officer feel confident enough to lead such an operation? And therefore this tour of duty concept may lead to production of semi-skilled or semi-trained officers. The next argument is that it can lead to officers who have divided loyalty with the army. This is again a very common sense argument कि अगर एक ऑफिसर टूर ऑफ ड्यूटी के अंडर आर्मी को ज्वाइन करता है तो कहीं ना कहीं उसके बैक ऑफ माइंड में ये हमेशा रहेगा कि वो आर्मी को ज्वाइन कर रहा है ओनली फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 3 years, which means he has to eventually leave the army after serving it for 3 years. तो वो इन 3 सालों में आर्मी के टूवर्ड्स अपनी कंप्लीट लॉयल्टी नहीं रख पाएगा क्योंकि वो इन 3 सालों में भी सिर्फ यही सोचता रहेगा कि 3 साल के बाद उसके पास क्या करियर ऑप्शंस होंगे, किस इंडस्ट्री में वो काम करेगा, उसका क्या प्रोफेशन होगा, क्या करियर होगा, एंड देयरफॉर ही कैन नॉट give army his undivided loyalty and his undivided energy and focus. Remember that soldiering is not a pastime business, and therefore the army cannot afford to have officers who do not have undivided loyalty with the army. The same argument is being given in case of lateral entry. lateral entry of civil servants. To mention it briefly, in 2018, for the first time, the central government advertised 10 posts at the level of joint secretary in various departments, and these 10 posts of civil servants at level of joint secretary were to be recruited only for a period of 3 years. Again, if a person joins the bureaucracy, the administration, only for 3 years, it can be, you can say, a thought about his loyalty towards the bureaucracy in these 3 years. The same argument is being given in context of the tour of duty officers. The next argument is against this concept is being given as that can create tourist soldiers and who may use the tour of duty as a fancy degree on their CV. That means the young citizens, the young men and women of the country may use this tour of duty concept only as a fancy degree to be used on their CV after they leave the army. तो वो इस टूर ऑफ ड्यूटी को सिर्फ इस तरह से ज्वाइन करेंगे कि उसको वो आर्मी से निकलने के बाद अपने सीवी पे एक अच्छी सी फैंसी डिग्री की तरह उसको लिख सकें और उसके बेसिस पर एक अच्छा करियर, एक अच्छी जॉब ले सकें आफ्टर दे लीव द आर्मी. देयरफॉर द टूर ऑफ ड्यूटी शुड नॉट बिकम एन एरिया ऑफ टूरिज्म. तो आर्मी कोई घूमने जाने की जगह नहीं है एंड देयरफॉर दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज नॉट वेरी वेल advisable. The next idea is that this tour of duty is nothing but only an old wine in new bottle. Now, the primary argument which the government of India and MOD are giving is that the tour of duty will help them to cut the expenditure on the salaries and the pensions. If that is the primary argument, why can't we use the existing mechanisms? And those two mechanisms are, first is the concept of territorial army, and second is the concept of the short service commission. The concept of territorial army is that the officers who are part of the territorial army serve the army only for a fixed period, usually 2 months every year. Usually 2 months every year, the period for which they are embodied in the army. They are paid salary for only for these 2 months, and for remaining 10 months in the year, they can be busy in whatever civilian profession they have in their lives. And therefore, for these 10 months, these officers are not to be paid any salary. I'm sure all of you have heard of a number of celebrities being part of the territorial army, like Abhinav Bindra, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, etc. Now, ये ऑफिसर्स जो सिर्फ 2 महीने के लिए ट्रेनिंग पर जाते हैं, they are always ready to be called in case there is a need in times of war or emergencies. तो इन ऑफिसर्स को आर्मी यूज़ कर सकती है जब ज़रूरत पड़े, लेकिन इनको सैलरी देनी होती है सिर्फ 2 महीने जब इनको सर्विस के लिए एम्बॉडी किया जाता है. सो द सेम ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ curtailing expenditure can be fulfilled by using TA. Similarly, the army can increase the vacancies in the short service commission and restrict the tenure of these officers strictly to 5 years without any extension. Even this will help the army to reduce the expenditure of salary as well as pensions. To conclude, we can say that the tour of duty may end up only being an unnecessary experiment, and the government may be better suited to adopt the already tried and tested methods of the territorial army and short service commission. नो डाउट इसीलिए इसके सिर्फ प्रपोजल के आने मात्र से ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे डिफेंस एक्सपर्ट्स इस कॉन्सेप्ट को क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हैं. आई होप दैट द टॉपिक हैज बिकम क्लियर एंड विल हेल्प यू टू क्रैक एनी क्वेश्चन ऑन द टॉपिक इन अपकमिंग एग्जामिनेशंस. थैंक यू.